What's going on, FA Nation? Happy Friday, and welcome to the NBA DFS injury report for Friday's 13-game main slate. There is 14 games today, one of them tipping off at 5 p.m. Eastern, but we will not be including that game on this injury report, just the 13-game main slate. Everyone currently not a subscriber at Fantasy Alarm, please come to fantasyalarm.com and head to the checkout page and use code NBA50 for 50% off of our All Pro package for the next 6 months. That's code NBA50 at checkout. Let's dive into the action because 13 games means a lot of injuries. Starting us off at point guard, we have CJ McCollum. He has been ruled out. This will be his second straight game in health and safety protocols. I guess it's not crazy to think he can be upgraded. We've seen it before, but as of right now, he is currently out. Jose Alvarado expected to start in his place. Jrue Holiday of the Milwaukee Bucks is listed probable with an illness. He returned from a lengthy ankle injury and now is sick, but will battle through it seemingly unless things change throughout the day. Chris Paul's been ruled out for the eighth straight game, but he did practice fully on Wednesday, so expect Chris Paul to return relatively soon. Killian Hayes of the Detroit Pistons is listed questionable. He left Wednesday's game with this calf injury that he's dealing with. So be on the lookout for Killian Hayes news. And finally at point guard, Monty Morris was limited in shoot around this morning for Washington. He's dealing with an ankle that has kept him out for 2 straight games. Jared Goodwin has started in his place. Over at shooting guard, Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards as well also went through shoot around in a limited capacity. He's been dealing with the quad. He has also missed some time due to the quad injury. Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat is questionable. He missed 8 games with an ankle injury, returned on Wednesday, but the ankle is apparently sore enough for Miami to list him as questionable for Friday's game, so be on the lookout there. Jaden Ivey of the Detroit Pistons is dealing with right knee soreness, hasn't missed time this year. They're already down Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and a bunch of other guys. This would be a tough blow for Detroit in a tough matchup on Friday. Max Strus was doubtful to start the day, has been upgraded to questionable with a shoulder injury, so definitely be on the lookout for Strus. Miami is dealing with a lot of injured players. Duncan Robinson already ruled out. Caleb Martin has been downgraded from in to questionable, so Strus could have a monster role if he does end up playing. For the San Antonio Spurs, Josh Richardson officially ruled out with an ankle sprain, his second straight absence as well. Small forward is probably the least notable position with injury news. Michael Porter Jr. tops the list of the Denver Nuggets. He has a questionable tag next to his name with a heel injury. He missed last game with this heel injury. This would be, again, as I mentioned, his second straight. We should see Bruce Brown play a lot in his absence if he is to miss this game. John Conchar of the Memphis Grizzlies is up next. He is questionable with calf soreness, and he has started 5 straight games since Desmond Bane's injury. So definitely interesting to see what happens with Conchar. If he does not play, it's likely we see Jake LaRivia and David Roddy step up in his absence, but nothing confirmed yet on Conchar. Chuma Okeke missed shoot-around for the Orlando Magic on Friday morning with knee soreness, and he is going to be a game-time decision, so the Magic have officially listed him as questionable. Eric Gordon, although they haven't played since the 20th, it is the front end of a back-to-back for Houston. They are going to rest Eric Gordon for groin maintenance, so look for Gordon to return to lineup on Saturday for Houston. Finally, at small forward, Cam Reddish of the New York Knicks has missed a game. He was limited in practice on Wednesday, so we'll see how that bodes for, getting a full day off on Thanksgiving. He is listed questionable, but obviously being limited in practice on Wednesday, not a great sign for status on Friday. Power forward is very interesting because we have both Lakers. Anthony Davis has been listed in the injury report seemingly every night with back tightness, and seemingly every night he's played. So that the Lakers have listed Anthony Davis as probable, but he is on the injury report, so worth noting. We are likely to see the return of the King, LeBron James. The Lakers are listing him questionable, but When asked on Wednesday, he said he was going to play on Friday, or asked on Tuesday rather. He said he was going to return on Friday. So hopefully we see LeBron back. That would be a big boost to the Lakers in a very winnable matchup against the Spurs on Friday. Santi Aldama of the Memphis Grizzlies listed doubtful with a non-COVID illness. A lot of hits in this Memphis front court, as we'll get to the next position as well. Rui Hachimura, another Washington Wizard that went through shoot-around on a limited basis. He has an ankle sprain. He has missed 2 straight games. This would be his 3rd straight missed game if he does not play. Isaiah Jackson rounds out the power forward position. He is questionable. He missed last game, and if he does not play this one, we should see once again a boost to Miles Turner. Miles Turner played 33 minutes in his absence. Rounding out the positions, Nikola Jokic is listed probable with hip soreness. So as we saw, he was listed questionable last game due to conditioning. Ended up playing 39 minutes in overtime. Absolutely dominated that game. I guess, hip, back, whatever it is. He carried his team to victory. And, still listed probable, still a Warrior. Has played through a wrist injury now, and now hip as well. Wendell Carter Jr., interesting development. Missed shoot-around this morning. Has missed 2 straight games due to his foot injury. So we'll have to see if he's going to suit up. He's listed as a game time decision. If he doesn't, we're going to once again get a starting Mo Bamba in all likelihood. And if not, they shift Bol to the starting center because they are getting Paolo Banchero back from his lengthy absence. Alperen Şengün is listed as doubtful. Apparently he picked up a groin injury that limited him to just 23 minutes in the Warriors game. So we likely don't see Şengün here. We could see the return of Bruno Fernando picking up minutes in his absence, but all signs point to Şengün listed doubtful as not playing. 2 injuries that have been have surfaced middle of Friday. Steven Adams has a non-COVID illness, and you'd never like to see a midday designation. Nothing from Memphis suggested Adams was sick or anything was wrong with him until it was, and we had the news reported. So Steven Adams currently listed questionable. We'll see what Memphis would do in his absence. They could shift Jaren Jackson to the starting center role. They could start Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman. There's a lot of different directions they could go, but Steven Adams currently listed questionable. And then Clint Capella, also a midday designation, listed questionable with dental pain. Obviously, if he does not start, Onyeka Ngankwu would be the primary source for them at center. And we've seen it a bunch as well. John Collins, shifting over to the center position to take a big role there. So that will do it for your midday injury report. Don't forget, this will be updated throughout the day. You'll see probables, questionables, doubtfuls, and outs and ins updated throughout the day. You can go check out the NBA DFS podcast on all the platforms you listen to, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, even on the Fantasy Alarm website, wherever you intake this podcast and take this video, you can do the same for the podcast. And again, NBA 50, use that code at checkout. It will get you 50% off our All Pro subscription for the next 6 months. It does not get better in any capacity in the fantasy space. So please take advantage of everything we have going on at Fantasy Alarm. And I look forward to doing this again for you guys on Monday. Everyone have a great weekend, and we'll catch you guys next week.